And we are live. Let's see. Yes, we are live. Thank you so much. And welcome to my Songversation. My name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I am a professional recording artist, a singer, a life and business coach, and a software engineer that helps you optimize your life and automate your business, and wants to inspire you, motivate you with everything that I do to turn your visions into reality and have you live your dreams the way I've lived mine so far, and overcome so many struggles. I leverage all my experience through my corporate over 30 years of software engineering, certification in marketing and branding, speaking, singing, performing as a musician all over the world, and also as a recording artist. And I leverage all my experience that I have as a coach and my engineering and my artistic skills to help you live your dreams. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are live from home, another episode. I do this every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, and every Saturday with you at 1:11 p.m. So tune in. My website is automateyoursuccesscoaching.com. Follow me at Neni Chacin on all the platforms. And I just released my synchronization of all the videos from YouTube on LBRY, decentralized blockchain technology for video and music. So go check it out if you want. But thank you so much. Welcome again to a new episode. I would love to inspire you today, and I'm gonna start singing a song actually to start the conversation about this. And this is a song that touched me very, very much. Today is Thursday, so today is I'm gonna sing a song called "I Am Light." I've been preparing this song for a long time, and I've been wanting to sing it and perform it live, but it's never been had the chance, and I decided to do it today for you because I want you to think about the lyrics of this song. It's a song introduced to me by late Wayne Dyer in 2015 when, as you know, he's passed onto a different life, but he inspired me a lot in all his teachings, and he was definitely my mentor, and I remember all his teachings like it was today. And this song, his daughter sang it, and it's a beautiful song. It's called "I Am Light." So, of course. Okay. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the things my family did. I'm not the voices in my head. I'm not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I'm not the pieces of the dream I've left behind. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the color of my eyes. I'm not the skin on the outside. I'm not my age. I'm not my race. My soul inside is so light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am divinity inside. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. You are light. We are light. I am light. We are all light because we are made out of light. And we're not what we see, what we experience, what we know, what we look like, where we come from. We are more than that. I had a really, really big lessons in my life around this. And I can assure you that you are more than what you can see and understand from yourself. Today, I wanted to reflect upon these, that nothing that you can see and understand from the inside and the outside, your experiences, do not define your worth. That you are something bigger than that, that you have a source and a power that can transform not only yourself, but everybody around you. That I am light, that you are light, that we are light. And that light will only shine bright if you actually step up as a leader. If you step up as a leader, the higher you put a light, the more it illuminates, right? The more space it covers. As above, so below. This is the law of a universe. So just like a lamp, when you put it higher, then it covers more space, it reaches more. Then you also, as you grow in any aspect of your life, you can reach and illuminate the lives of many more. This song is very special, I Am Light, and it really makes you reflect, that you are not your mistakes, that you are not the brokenness that you recognize inside. You can always grow, you can always heal, but that doesn't define you. The fact that you are hurt, the fact that you are in a situation that it's not ideal, the fact that we are confined, the fact that we are in a condition that we are not very happy with, doesn't define us and doesn't make you unworthy of love, of abundance, of opportunities. But it does take an effort to do things. Life without action, there's no reaction. Whatever you put outside is whatever effort you put out from the inside out is the same effort you're going to get back from the outside in. So if you are upset with something, then you're going to get that same upsetness back. So what is more important, to take an action on something? If you need to sell, for example, something in your business, then would you be just as upset that you can't sell, that you can't find? No, you just research how to sell better, and then you take an action and go sell it. If you have something that's taken too long of a time, then you don't complain about it, compare yourself about it, criticize others for having the opportunity to do it faster or not, but you research how to do it better, you implement whatever you need to implement to make it better, faster, more efficient, and then you get the result. So as you see, it's not that complicated. So even when our health is compromised, then how do we take care of that situation? The same way. So you just research, you analyze what can you do to fix it, and then you start taking actions to fix it. I'll tell you a story. When I got diagnosed with cancer in 2004, I had no idea about what was cancer, what it was. Now, this is not for everyone, of course. Some people just, when they are sick, they just don't want to know anything. They just want to leave all the responsibility to the doctors and to those who know and have studied. But I have learned through my experience that when you take your own when you take control over your health and you have your own responsibility over the information that you can have access to, you have actually more opportunities and more chances to survive, succeed, and prosper. So what I did is, of course, that caused a lot of stress, but I went insane in the research of what is it, why does it happen, why did it happen in the location that it happened for me. I'm not a smoker, I never taken drugs, I know my family doesn't smoke either, I never have any history of cancer. So why did it happen to me, biologically? Like, I wanted to understand the research and all the scientific research of why did it happen. So the same thing, maybe some people are sick with COVID, so then when you got COVID, or not, then you can research, like, well, why didn't I get it? Like, am I, a carrier, or do I have a strong immune system? How does it work? Who gets it? Who doesn't get it? When you have more information, you actually have freedom. So what I did is I researched as much as I could about cancer. I researched about different alternative treatments, strategies, what happens when you have it at the psychological level, at the emotional level, at the physical level, all my different options for treating and preventing in the future. What were my chances, all the statistical numbers. Of course, numbers are always numbers, right? And whatever happens in the universe is like, you never know, right? Who survives, who doesn't. But information gave me a more sense of a control over the situation that was happening. And when you are prepared, this happens for everything. When you are prepared to speak, you deliver a better speech. When you're prepared to coach, have to do your business, when you know about all the different things about what you have to do, then you will have more chances to succeed and to prosper. So that's what I did. So I better learn all this stuff so that I can survive and not die in my 30s. So I was in my early 30s. I was not obese, had no diseases, no conditions, yet I was faced with tongue cancer. So they cut a piece of my tongue, imagine. But I had to decide what kind of treatment I would do. Would I do chemical treatment? Would I do surgery? Would I do this? And how would the surgery go? What if I refuse everything? Like, what if I don't do anything? What if I just try to heal myself? What if I do this? I did as many research as I could to figure out what would go well with me, and I took control over my health. Even though yes, I let the doctors decide and recommend what they wanted to do. I was so lucky. Life and my decisions and my choices and the opportunities that I was confronted with in my life led me to be, at the time, living in Boston, which is the number one hub for medical research. And I was, through my choir connections and my singers and musician connections, I was also blessed to be assigned to the head of oncology, head and neck and head the head of head and neck oncology, the director of head and neck oncology at Dana-Farber, my doctor Charles Norris, who already retired, but he was like the best at the time for cancer research and oncology and a surgeon. And then, of course, I researched other things, Dr. Diadamo at the Naturopath Center in New Hampshire for alternative dietary supplements and strategies for curing cancer as well. And through a change in my life, drastic change in diet, in supplements, and the application of, I did a surgery. I refused radiation and chemotherapy, and it wasn't anyway recommended. It was an alternative thing. I got in remission within the year. So within a few months, I had no cancer anymore. So, and I stayed cancer free until now. But it took a lot of research. It took a lot of information for me to change the whole way I was handling my life in terms of stress, in terms of nutrition, in terms of fitness. I changed my entire life in that respect. My work remained the same. My singing increased. but I changed everything, all the different health strategies in terms of health, the mental health, the emotional health, everything. I made it so that I would take care of myself and I had control over my health first. So having information about your health, gives you the power and the decision to take some action for your own health. You have to know that you have all the power and you the um, have all the intelligence to be able to make an informed decision and a free decision, and that you can choose whatever you want. That if you're sick with anything, just don't just accept what the doctors say, just plain like blindly. Just do the research, confirm, ask for ingredients, ask for, but make sure you have also a surrounding advocate next to you. Pick your advocate so that they can fight for you and they can be next to you when you are not capable of making a decision. For example, when I was after having come out of the surgery, they had cut a piece of my tongue. They had cut my neck in two, and I was laying in the bed and I had pain. It was in the middle of the night. I had pain, and the hydromorphine uh, pump wasn't working. I was like, no, it's not working. It's not working. And I called the nurse, and she's like, no, if you pump too many times, it won't come. Well, turns out the machine was not working. And if there isn't anybody there with you, of course, you can't really talk because my tongue is cut off. I'm like swollen. My tongue is covering my whole mouth, and I am in bed, standing up because I couldn't really lay back after the surgery, 8-hour surgery. It's a very complex the partial neck dissection. I didn't have anybody. My poor parents had just come the night before, and they were exhausted coming from a flight from Venezuela to be with me. I had set up a team, but I let them stay with me one night because they wanted to. They were both super dead tired next to me. I was screaming. I was like calling the nurse. I didn't know. I had to call the nurse with the buttons. Nobody was there to help me from the pain. I felt swollen. So it's important to have somebody that is in the full capabilities there to help you and assist you, and somebody to be there with you. So that's something I would recommend if you're sick, if you're going through something. Always have somebody. You can always call somebody to um, uh, get you through the difficult times, because sometimes in the difficult time you can't see straight, you are in pain, you cannot make because you don't see, and you can't even talk, or you can't, in that regard, like if you're intubated in the ICU, how can you defend yourself? How can somebody know what's going on, what they're putting on you? They don't know if you're diabetic, if you're this, if you're that. So you need to have a team that will support you, and if they don't let it, just fight for it because you have the right to. And I'm giving you this advice because you are light, and you have a duty to express your light and to be strong with that light, and you can survive. We can get this. Like I said, I changed my life drastically. I became a triathlete, actually, and here actually it's a coincidence, but not really intentional. I'm wearing this sweater, but I became a triathlete after that. At 40 years old, I learned how to bike, and I started doing spinning class. I started swimming because I love swimming, just laps. And from not being able to sustain more than 2 laps, I became an open water swimmer, and I swam Alcatraz twice, back and forth. I mean, one way from Alcatraz to the Bay, San Francisco Bay. I've done the triathlon at Alcatraz twice, and climbed the Presidio Mountains, and done it was my first 7K. I remember the first time I did it. I never had done more than 5K, and I did my first 7K that was actually like a trail run, and it was amazing, with a 400-step sand ladder climb that took 4 minutes to climb. And so it's really amazing, and I felt strong. I felt like I was light, that I was like powerful beyond measure, that I could do anything at over 40 years old, and so When I went to Paris, I also joined the team, and this is a thing from the run bike. You do a race to just running and biking, and then you switch with a team, and then you one person runs as much as fast as they can, and the other person bikes, and then they switch until they can no longer, and then they switch, and it's a fun little race. And I've been a volunteer for the Boston Marathon, and was actually at the finish line volunteering at the water station when during the 2013 bombing happened here in Boston. But all those different things in my life made me really question um, the meaning of life and really put me face to face to my own mortality. And I think that is exactly what we are being faced with. Everybody in the world has been faced with their own mortality, the reality that their mortality can happen in a week, in a day, in a few hours after you get infected with a disease. And the thought of facing your own mortality, that it's possible to die within a week or two, in less than a month, is an experience that is actually a blessing. The meaning to realize about your own mortality, not to be sick, but is a blessing, really. I mean, the cancer experience, what it was the best thing that ever happened to me at that moment. And I always wanted and wished that people didn't have to go through an experience so tough and so difficult as a cancer experience, a loss of a loved one, or really experience death very closely, that they would wait until then to make changes in their life and live their dreams, to live the life they want and deserve. So my mission was to talk to people, coach people on finding out what they really want to do, where do they want to put the real effort that's going to make them feel fulfilled, and then work on that to launch either a business or do whatever they need to do and help them achieve that goal without having to have that experience that I had to go through, which is face my mortality in my early 30s. And you don't have to, if you're a man in your 20s or in your 30s, and you think that you have the rest of the world at your feet and you have all the time in the world to grow, well, this is making you like shake up and have a personal call, like, oh, what if I get sick and then I die in an ICU? So it's unfortunate that we have to face these situations like this to actually make us think about what we really want. Like, do I really want to work online all day long for this company? Do I really want to do what I'm doing every single day until I die? Should I continue doing all the things that I'm doing after we resume the confinement, we get out of the confinement? Like if I was gonna die in a week, should I have like spent my last 2 months working like hell, not seeing my family, not talking to anything, getting stressed and exhausted and over my eyes so tired from watching the screen on Zoom, just to get a salary? It's a question. Maybe yes. Maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is no. Maybe, like, you know what? If I'm gonna die in a week, like, I just want to smile more. So I'll just go to work and smile all the time. So it's as simple as that, it's just so simple. It's just so, so simple. When I do these lives from Tuesday to Saturday every day. I don't do it on Mondays because I lead group coaching for my teams in Paris and Boston together online. So I still do a live. And I don't do it on Sundays because I join another live group with Jay Shetty and my Genius Coaching group worldwide. I'm ambassador for Jay Shetty, so I do that in Paris and Boston. So we have another live there. So that's the only reason I don't do it, but I do it with so much pleasure. I do it every day, and I will do it all day long because I know what I want. I want to coach people to live their dreams. I want to coach people and give my skills as a software engineer, as a music recording artist, all my experience as a coaching, branding, marketing, everything that I have to help you succeed, help you prosper, help you reach and find your purpose and then work on it till we get it done. And have a life that you really feel fulfilled every single day. It's not that you're going to like everything that you do. It's not that you're going to love everything you do. It's more about like you know why you're doing it. You have a strong why that it doesn't matter if it's uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're doing it until you're exhausted because you love the effort. My coach was saying, you have to love business. But I would say even beyond, you love living. If you love living your life on purpose, doing this, then you will achieve your dreams. Because dreams are not like for later. Dreams are for now. The dream doesn't come all of a sudden you wake up and like, I live my dream. No, living your dreams for me, it means living your dreams every single day, every single hour, every single moment where you can die right now and say, I did what I needed to do as much as I could do it. And you're satisfied with your life. And that is the most important thing. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in from everywhere in the world. Monica from Portugal, my cousin Betty from Venezuela, Julie is there as well, helping and setting all the information. I'm going to put my information so you can also get it to follow me and go to my website. But yes, this is the most important message that I want to give. You are light. We are light. I am light. That you can live your dreams and you can live on purpose and you can live fulfilled if you know what you want in your life. If you know what you want, if you know your purpose, you will work on it like it's life or death. And you won't mind if you die tomorrow because you did everything you could to fulfill your purpose. And that is, dreams are not for later. Dreams are to be lived right now. That's right. And and this is why we have to think about this. This is an amazing moment, an amazing opportunity that the world and the powers that be have forced us to live. A situation where we're in confinement, we are faced with our mortality. The possibility of getting infected something that we don't know if we're going to be alive or dead in a few weeks. What a blessing and opportunity to really evaluate your life, evaluate and take action to change it if you need to. At the time when I had the cancer, I actually said, you know what, I'm a software engineer, I love programming, and I love my work. So I want to continue doing that at the moment. I thought, yeah, I'm doing everything. I'm doing software engineering, I'm singing, I'm dancing. Yeah, so I think, and then when I went through the difficulties, when I went through the pain, when I through the surgery, when I went through the emotional pain of who was there for me, who was not there for me, who showed signs of friendship, who didn't show signs of friendship, who supported me physically, emotionally, and who didn't. I realized, you know what? It was very painful, some of the things, and realized that many people go through this. I realized that the things that I went through are actually things that everybody goes through. And I did research about this as well when I was going through it. I read books about all the emotional, how does it affect you when you go through a disease, a terminal illness, a diagnosis, and through it. And I realized that I wanted to do things every day that make me smile. I posted a little post about smile. And, if something makes you smile, when I coach, I love it. When I sing, it makes me smile. It takes an effort. It requires study. It requires, I wake up early. I go to bed late. I do. But it makes me smile to know that I'm making a difference to someone. Thank you, Julie. Eres luz divina. Gracias. It makes me feel that I did what I had to do today to make a difference in this world, that I fulfilled my purpose, and I could die tomorrow happy, that I'm okay. Now, how can I be better? Like, if you're light, if you feel the light, that you forget about your mistakes, you forget about your difficulties, you forget about the limitations, you forget about the things that you don't know, the things that you haven't learned, the things that you haven't done. Forget about everything. Just know that today you can grow. Today you can grow, and then you become a light that will go to be higher and higher. So you're always light, but the light, you don't hide it in the bottom. You put it really, really, really high. How do you get that light high? By growing, by learning, by creating the things that you have to do, by launching this business that you've been meaning to launch, by quitting the job that is killing your life, by talking or divorcing the person that is shutting off your life and cutting and not respecting you, leaving all the negative people and things behind. So that is my message today. I am light, I am light, I am light, I am light. I am divinity defined, I am the God on the inside. I am a star, I am a piece of it all, I am light. You are, we are. Thank you so much for tuning in. We went a little long, another episode of Songversation. Tune in tomorrow. And for Saturday, I have a special guest. Oh my God, you're going to love this person. And I have a surprise. So we will start with the special surprise on Saturday. It's going to be a little longer, and it's going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So tune in on YouTube, on Instagram, and you will see the surprise I have for you. Some really amazing artist and a fellow genius coaching friend from Minnesota. And I'm very grateful. And this week's sponsor is still Casablanca House of Pastries, an amazing small business that it's in Revere, Massachusetts, owned by Nabil and Youssef, two amazing Moroccan immigrants who have created a beautiful, beautiful store. Go there, get their croissants, get the pain chocolat, all the different pastries that they do is amazing. Youssef makes these amazing cakes to order for birthdays, for anniversaries, for anything that you want. Amazing prices, super clean and super COVID free. And tell them Neni sent you. They'll treat you in a special way. And also you can, I think my favorite one is the millefeuille. Millefeuille there is the Napoleon. If they have it, just don't miss it because it's the best Napoleon in the whole town. But even in Boston. So Casablanca House of Pastry on Instagram. Follow them. Thank you so much. You can check me out on all social media. À la prochaine. À demain. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you again. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody from all over the world. And thank you for watching the replay of this. And thank you for staying and supporting me. Bye-bye. And I'll leave you. Thank you.